Panama 0, Croatia 1, 2026 FIFA World Cup, analyzing from a mathematical and economic perspective. So from the mathematical perspective, the game looks pretty legit. Croatia outplayed, but didn't totally outplay Panama. It was pretty balanced. But obviously the score represents the performance on the field, which often does not happen in soccer due to mathematical problems with the laws, but in this case it didn't really affect it. So we can look at this, the mathematical aspect of the game, as legitimate. And then we're going to get into the economics. So wealth and population are the biggest factors in determining a country's potential to accomplish anything. Again, I said potential, it does not define how good a country is at anything, it just defines the potential. What they do with that potential is up to them. So this basically makes it easier for them to develop technology if they have higher wealth and population, or good medical system, educational system, sports team, it doesn't matter. It all requires economics. So countries with lower wealth and population are always fighting an uphill battle. So we're taking a look at the population stats of Croatia and Panama, and they are pretty balanced. Panama has a slight advantage, and then the GDP per capita, Croatia has a little bit more noticeable advantage, but there's nothing extreme here. So they're pretty much balanced. So we can look at this game as legitimate from an economic standpoint, mostly legitimate. The last metric we need to check is I guess you could say sportsmanship metric. 100% of Panama's World Cup roster was born and raised in Panama. I'm not sure if that's true, but if it is, that's awesome. Should at least be 75%, which is lenient. Ideally, it would be 90% or more. So Panama passes that with flying colors, and I'm just going to assume that Croatia has a legitimate roster as well. So look at this. We have a completely legitimate game, which is extremely rare. Well, I don't want to say extremely rare, but, well, this degree of legitimacy is pretty rare in international sports, especially international soccer. So this will be the 11th, I think, legitimate game of the tournament. This actually might be one of the most legitimate games, actually. And they've played about 40 plus games, I think around 45, 46, something like that. So log this one in as a success, a rare success for FIFA.